All right, that was really fun.
Another couple of questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
What will the level cap be in the game?
Level cap right now is 50.
So we're about halfway through this character.
Yeah, although, I mean, as in RPG tradition, levels tend to extend a little bit as you get further. So I'm a little bit further as far as character build. Well, look at this. So there's apparently a Great Dragon Cave that they've come and camped inside. There are some cave keepers. Now, I've actually been playing a lot of Sith Inquisitor Assassin lately, so my initial concept was to try to sneak past them. I can't do that, so in fact do this instead.
Another question you might want to ask for Jimmy about the question was, can you equip any new master?
Yeah, so companions, one of the things that people were a little bit confused about, I know when people saw the features video, they saw somebody they thought looked a lot like Mako, because they were wearing a very similar outfit. It's important to remember that you can actually equip your companions entirely, so if you go over to the companion tabs, you'll see this guy's actually got a full set of gear. What we're doing with the companions that, it's not a very nice thing to say, but we call them freaks, the people that the really, really, really not humans, like Blizz and Chemball, we have set looks for them that you can unlock, and we'll talk later about how we do that, but you can actually put any sort of equipment on them. A little bit like Big Z was in the original Knights of the Old Republic. We don't want to try to put together all of the ridiculous, like, you can't cram human armor on Blizz. We still want him to be upgradable. Also, like the original Knights of the Old Republic, droids are a different thing, and droids actually do get their own unique items. You get armor plating and things like that for them. What? I was looking at my companion.
Just a request to look at the inventory.
Oh, absolutely. So this is the first time, obviously we spent a lot of time telling people, hey, don't look at the UI because it wasn't done. Now we actually can show off the UI, so that surprised people. Alright, everybody's dying. So yeah, so here is my inventory. Originally there's my inventory. You can pay to extend it out. We don't actually have a there's no backpacks or ideas like that. We don't try to explain how you're holding 30 seats of armor. You just have inventory and you can pay to extend it out. Your character shows all your different stuff. I don't have any titles right now because we cheated and put my character up here, but if I did, they'd be right up here. Social rank, valor, for doing your great PvP stuff. Yeah, inventory is pretty straightforward. We do have a different slot for quest items, and this does not fill up, so you can really just keep it going.
Seeing a lot of repeated questions, so I'm trying to find.
Stephen Reed is scrolling through your questions.
The easy one, at what level can you start PvP?
Right now, you can actually start PvP at level 1. I don't know whether or not that is going to be shipped, or we're doing that custom test. It's really fun. There are some small story concerns around. One of the first PvP places you can go is Alderaan, and you haven't really been introduced to it yet, but nobody seems to care, so it's very likely we'll just end up leaving it that way, because it's really fun to go into PvP and get thrown into the various pieces. There's at least one more war zone we haven't announced yet that Gabe has tried to tease a little bit. You guys are going to be very excited to see. It was one that a few of us on the team have been dreaming about doing for a very long time and finally got through the convincing powers of Mr. Emmett.
Question about companions. Do you get to alter a companion's appearance? Different armor or another robe?
Yeah, so, and that's what I was saying is, so Blizz has a number of different set appearances. So you can unlock new appearances for Blizz, and we'll talk a little bit about how that works. For the people who are more human and can wear normal armor, and that's what I was saying, for people like Mako, who, when you've seen the videos, we always end up having her in her default clothes, because that's sort of her look, and it makes it easy to recognize. But she actually, you can put any suit of armor on her you want, I ran into somebody the other day who had worked really hard on getting a bunch of suits of armor, and both their Sith warrior and vet were running around dressed like high-level Imperial officers. And it made me giggle. They weren't very good in a fight wearing that gear, but there they were.
Okay. Another question was, will Tatooine be visitable by all classes?
Tatooine is absolutely visitable by all classes, and that's what when I was showing you the world map here. So this area is where the Republic starts out, and this area is where the Imperials start out. By the time you're out of the sort of the starting areas, you start running across each other a lot. By the time you hit the Dune Sea, it gets really, really dangerous on PvP servers. I, in fact, the last time I was playing, ran to the wrong taxi station and realized right as I was there, and the players who were playing there and the guards all came running out to murder me. Let's take a break here for a sec. We found our guy. This is Darth Sithar, who we were looking for. And,
Lord Silthar?
Did Captain Gola send you?
Oh, he's not dead.
Such a good man. A pity he didn't send young Hale, but the honor is yours. You will hear my last words.
A pitiful death for a pitiful Sith.
You think so? Oh, but you haven't seen what I have seen. The Force called me into the desert. I sensed what Circa found. An alien power. I saw a white room. I thought the Sand People would know the land's secrets. I murdered
You see
them.
Blaze in my cutscene.
Stole
So
their
cute.
thoughts to find this cave. I knew
Always
victory
for the dark side, Daniel.
before they destroyed me.
Your story's amusing, but this is pointless.
Forgive me for prattling on. My journey here was not for nothing. Zerka built its base over a site from the natives' myths. A forbidden land. The paintings in the cave show the way. Find them. Record them. Gola and his men, they...
Time to die. Goodbye, Silthar.
So soon. So soon.
And I look disgusted even at having to do it. So, yeah, very cute with Blizz being very small in the back. So what we're actually doing on Tatooine is we're trying to uncover the mysteries of what Zerka was doing here quite a bit of long time ago and why they tried to cover it up. So Silthar found something with the Sand People. We're going to go investigate it, but right now we'll get back to questions. And to be clear, Daniel Erickson does not stand for just dark side. Daniel Erickson stands for comedy. I tend to go after whatever looks funniest.
Okay. Next question. Are the story areas, like the one that you're in right now, phased, instanced, or open to the world?
It really depends on the area. The piece I'm in right now is actually a fully public space. There are instances. When we do instances, however, we don't do the instances where we're going to cut you off from the whole rest of the planet. It's really important for us that you're not having that moment where you say, hey, Bob, meet me by the mailbox. And Bob says, I'm standing next to the mailbox. And you say, but I can't see you. So we keep our instances small and tight. Even when they're big dungeons, they're places that make sense to be instanced. You've got a group together or you've got a story piece of your own. You're going to walk in and talk to somebody. You're going to see a piece. Anytime we can keep you in the public space, like this quest, the way it was written, it worked perfectly fine to be in a public quest. If we can do it, we do.
Question about Blizz. Just asking what kind of
He right now is a DPS. Oh, I keep not using his. All right, that's his little. Let's watch Blizz take his out. Dodge, Blizz, dodge. See, Blizz has got all sorts of little tech abilities. His story is he's actually a cute little crazy mechanic. Oh, this guy's elite. All right, I should probably help him. Sorry, dude. No. We're actually have at least one more major pass on all the companion characters that's going to bring some pretty radical changes to how we play with them. So stay tuned for that. That's one of the few systems that's still pretty strongly in flux.
So, a couple of questions on PvP. That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
One was, in PvP, will the level be buffed to a fixed cap, or how will that work?
Absolutely. So PvP, especially right now, as we've got the population smaller, we may have several different brackets for it, but whatever bracket it is, it buffs everybody up to be around the same place. So this is an interesting one. This is what I always call dark side for dark side points. Like, I could just destroy this incredibly beautiful painting, piece of artwork that they've done that talks about the history of Tatooine for no good reason. But see, that's not funny. That's just peevish. We respect art here.
Another question on Tatooine generally. What transportation options are there in such a neutral planet?
So Tatooine has a very nice speeder through the desert system, and then obviously your own speeders. We try to... Really? Hey, there it is.
Tor still has bugs.
Tor still has bugs. That was the bug where your speeder doesn't draw in, but you can still fly around. So one of the... Oh, that guy will kill me. Okay. If you actually look at the map, these are all taxi hubs. So good ways to get around everywhere. Once you've discovered one, obviously you can go and... I'm going to see if I can dodge it. And get around all sorts of interesting ways. Okay, I was 100% wrong. I did not notice that, in fact, was a tiny Lilith since we were in.
Another question on companions. Can you switch companions? I.e., can you remove Blizz and use a different companion?
Absolutely. So once each of your companions is unlocked, they live on your ship, and you can use them in any fashion that you want.
And a follow-up to that, are there any Force-using companions?
There are absolutely Force-using companions, and they show up for a variety of different classes, some of which are fairly surprising.
I don't even know if you'll get this reference, but I'm going to ask it anyway because it's
Okay.
funny. Are you guys still in fire?
Are we still in fire?
You must have missed that meme.
No, and I didn't understand the meme, but I did see the posting that said the devs were all in fire. I have been in fire as long as I can remember. And it's usually Stephen Reed's fault.
That's cool. Just asking about Blizz again. Is Blizz just a companion for this particular quest?
No, once you've unlocked Blizz, actually, Blizz, to be clear, we let Blizz out here because we wanted people to be able to actually see Blizz because he's very cool. I shouldn't actually have Blizz yet. I'm cheating. But once you get Blizz, you can take him out whenever you want. In fact, through the crew window, which doesn't have anybody else in there because we didn't want to show off all the companions, but you can literally go here and flip out your companions anytime you want. One of the things we did in the early days was made it much more like the original Knights of the Old Republic, where you had to go back to your ship, and it was really not conducive to MMO gameplay. It's very important to the MMO and the constantly shifting sort of groups that you form that you can switch out your companions for really the situation that it calls for. Very often we said, hey, Mako right now is spec'd as a healer, and we've definitely had the situations where we said, hey, there's 3 of us and none of us is a healer. Somebody get Mako. And instead of having to run back to the ship, one of the bounty hunters just pull Mako out. All of a sudden we've got a healer in the group. We had a pretty hilarious bug for a while where Mako would just follow whoever she healed the most. So then when your group split up, one guy'd walk away with your companion character. That doesn't happen anymore, luckily.
Okay. Any dark side options that you had trouble choosing or regretted making?
Yeah, there's definitely some... I first really decided that this is where I wanted to be when playing the original Knights of the Old Republic and doing the big, hey, we can make Big Z take out mission. And I remember that really affecting me and feeling guilt and sort of horrible about it. And it's also one of the things that made me love and want to get into doing Bioware stuff. So we really tried to push that feel in the Old Republic. There's a lot of places where we've watched people who said they really wanted to be dark side sort of step away and say, I don't think I can do that. The one that comes up very often, I think, is because it's so early, is on Hutta. You guys may have heard the one where There's a woman who's wants to send her son off to Korriban for Sith training,